All right, let's talk about Helen Zille hitting social media yesterday and just give us a picture of what's been trending. We bring in our social media, Bongi Mogale. Tell us what you're looking at on the screen.
All right. This is the trending hashtags over the past 24 hours since the elections, well, with the start of the voting and all of that. From yesterday, though, it was mainly elections 2021 that was the top trend. But as we've come to today and the results have been released from around, I think midnight last night or just after 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. Now we start to see election results 2021 as the trend that's been coming up and starting to make its mark. And actually it's been continuing as the top trend in the country today. There are some other little ones that are interesting, and we'll get to more detailed consideration of those. I heard Gogo Oprimachi talking about Action SA coming up. And actually for the weekend, since the special vote had actually started, you did see that Vote Action SA was one of those constant trends throughout the trending period, as we would like clock in now and then, and it was there.
Which is interesting because it's often said you can trend on social media, but that doesn't translate into votes on the ground. But you're saying this time it actually did.
This time it's possible it did, but the thing is the lesson is a bit mixed because this has been the reality for a party like the EFF for several elections, that if elections were held on Twitter, EFF would win hands down.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you cannot get your people off of Twitter to go into the ballot boxes, I'm not sure if it's really worth it to try to win the Twitter battle. But we have seen them, they were trending, we'll get to them also. One thing that I wanted to point out, and this has been a trend, please pardon the language, but it's not me. It's the Futsak ANC. For a while now, I think since, was it perhaps last year or early on this year, on Fridays, because it was something like, I think, ANC Fridays or something like this, people on Twitter decided, oh, no, you're not going to get away with it. We're going to have Futsak ANC. And you can see with these elections, Futsak ANC is now one of the trends that has been coming up through the day. Pardon the strongish language. When we move on, now looking at the party mentions over time, we're looking from early on this morning to about later on this afternoon. What we can see is the mentions of parties. ANC in yellow, it has been leading the mentions on Twitter throughout the day. So it might be that either it's doing well or it's doing badly, but what remains is that people still feel the need to talk about the ANC. It is dominating the Twitter conversation. EFF also, it stands to reason. They have a very, very huge presence and a huge showing on social media, on Twitter in particular. DA, there we go. And like we were saying earlier, Action SA. Herman Mashaba seems to have made his mark, basically. Party leaders over time pretty much follows the party mentions. Cyril Ramaphosa at the top. Most mentions, followed by Julius Malema, John Steenhuisen of the DA, and Herman Mashaba, and they kind of mirroring each other down there.
All right, Bongi Mogale, we have to end it there. I think you've given us a great picture of what's trending and what people are talking about. We love the granular details, so let's see if we can get to that, and look at positive versus negative and things like that for you.
Indeed, but for now.